Hello everyone and welcome back to the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage. You are looking at the debut of the Singer 431G, made in Germany for the North American market, the only Slant-O-Matic that Singer ever made in a free arm version. This machine comes with a number of attachments that you will see in the listing, a number of attachment feet, including all four of the extra cams that were sold with this machine. They may have been extra at the time, I don't know. Most of your stitches, of course, are built in, just like they are on the American 401A, the American and Canadian 401As. But of course, this machine also gives you a few extra cams that they couldn't fit into the design, and so they added them, and you can certainly access those. And of course, this here is the sewing deck with this little extension, and of course you open this up, and that's where all of your, you can see them, the extra cams and the sewing feet. It also includes something that is often lost, but this one has it. It is the feed dog cover. If you decide to do any kind of darning work, you can do so. So that was nice to see there. So I thought I would demonstrate the machine for you, and of course, let's see, we'll do a zigzag and then we'll do a straight stitch. I have, this is a denim, and it is 1, 2, 3, I decided to do 4 layers. I haven't done anything heavy in a while. Of course, you can do light, medium weight fabrics with this machine. You can do it all day, but this machine is a direct drive machine, so it is very happy to sew heavy fabrics for you. And again, this is a beltless machine. There are no belts, and most of you will simply use straight and zigzag, which is what a lot of people use. But if you have the desire, you can of course use this machine to make all sorts of decorative stitches. You can see them here. They're actually shown with their proper coating. Funny to use the word coating on a 1950s machine, huh? But anyway, let's take a look. I have some nice daylight today, and I thought I would demonstrate the machine and let you see how it runs. Let's go ahead and we'll been doing my test stitching on it. Let's take a look and see what it'll do. Of course, I can do very nice slow needle control. Singers are known for this, singers from this period, and then we'll make a run. You can also sew faster. This machine will sew a lot more stitches per inch than prior singers. The Slant-O-Matics were known for pretty high stitch speeds, at least as 1950s machines go, and most of the people I've met never sew this quickly, so it may not matter to you, but it's something it can do. So we'll come over, and of course, anytime you're sewing heavy fabric, you want to use a jeans needle. If you're sewing garment leather, lightweight garment leather, of course, you would use a leather tip needle. And when you're sewing lots of layers or heavy fabric, make sure that you can go medium speed. I wouldn't floor it just because the machine will do it for you, but your needle might not appreciate it. So let's come over here. And I just kind of sped up the machine so you could see it. It was just doing that with 4 layers of denim. Now let's change. I'm going to lift my needle up here, and I'm going to come over, and I'm going to make an adjustment, which I made right here. And so I move the lever over to the left, and we will get our straight stitch in, have it going here. I have the longest stitch length, and let's see what that looks like. And of course I can back tack very easily. I'm going to come around, and this time, this last stretch of stitches, I'd like to do a short stitch for you. One of the best things I've ever noticed about Singer machine models that have the rotary style hook, as opposed to the oscillating type, this one does, is that they are, not only are they fast, and their stitches are almost laser straight, which is bizarre because there's no lasers in this thing. You can get a very, very fine short stitch. I don't know how often sewers use such a stitch. You might use it for knits. You may have some other purpose. And I'm just going to adjust the lever there. I just did. Now, let's see Again, I can slow it down, I can speed it up. And then I'll take this out so we can take a look at those stitches to get a feel for just how consistent they are. Again, Singer was the biggest sewing machine manufacturer, and there's a good reason for that, right? So when you're looking at any vintage sewing machine, decide for yourself, okay, how much do I want to how much do I want to use the free arm? You can use the free arm all day long. It is particularly helpful with things like cuffs, sewing sleeves, and so forth, or children's clothes. So here's what you see. You see a zigzag stitch, right? And I did it long so it would show up better for you. And then I moved over to a straight stitch, right? Very consistent. The stitch itself is consistent, and it is amazingly straight. Again, there's no computer going on here. And then I turned around, and then I made another run. And over here, if you notice right here, right where above my thumb, you'll see. You might say, well, gosh, I can hardly see where the stitches begin and end. That's because they're so short. I call it microdot. That's just my own vocabulary. Singer didn't use that term. And then if we turn it over, you'll see the back, and you can see as I was coming along here, you see the straight, you see the straight stitch, and then over here, I know this is denim, and I've got like, this stitch is so short, and it's white thread. I know it doesn't, you can see the line there. Actually, it doesn't show up nearly as well as the orange, but you get the idea. So again, this machine is the German cousin, but made for North America. It was sold here. And this machine was, it's a very much a Singer 401A, only a free arm version. And they are semi-rare, and I think it's just because they were so god-awful expensive. The 401A was already, a Mercedes-Benz of sewing machines. It was typically, most Singer dealers didn't sell anything more expensive than the 401A, but I don't know if every dealer got one of these German free arm versions, or if it was something that Singer was selective about who could sell it. And all I know is that this was even more expensive because free arms were more costly to produce. So if you are interested in this machine, feel free to respond to the listing, and I'll be happy to set up a time. You can come and bring fabrics and sew on it, or I can demonstrate it for you. And I appreciate you watching. Take care.